Hello everyone, Spud here, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Rainbow Six Siege. Now, the Dustline expansion has just released. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I've been playing it for the past couple of nights, and I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with what Ubisoft has done to really improve this game and ensure that it will stay vibrant, because it seems like these guys actually really care about what happens with this game, and I don't think they're content to let it die out. Especially now after launch and player base is dwindling, they're really listening to what players want, and they're trying to put that into the game. And it's pretty apparent with the patch that came alongside the DLC, which I think is actually much cooler than a lot of the DLC content that's in it. First things first, of course, the DLC comes with one new map, and it comes with two new operators. That is Valkyrie, who uses the MPX SPAS-12 and has deployable cameras, which is totally awesome and changes the game in a really good way. And there's Blackbeard, who has the Scar H and I think it's a SRR, some sort of semi-automatic sniper system that entirely breaks the game. But anyways, the patch though is what's, like I said, is what's really special, because they completely redone lots of the UI elements. They made it look a lot better, a lot crisper. They've added in more functionality. You can now customize your classes in a match, which is incredibly good. It allows you to actually adjust and make changes on the fly. And all in all, it's just a really good, really needed fix. And they've also just done things like they've added in an MVP screen at the end of a match to see who played the best. And it seems like they are really determined to continue to support and care for this game, which is just really nice to see, because with an online-only game, I guess I always expect the worst from them for long-term support. But no, I mean, this one seems like it's actually planning on sticking around, which is really good to know. Now let's move on to talking about the operators. Let's start with Valkyrie, as she's probably my favorite, because she changes the game in such a good way. Previously, cameras were kind of useless because, once you knew where they were, you just shot them out, and that was that. Cameras were only useful for really early game and seeing where they initially were, and after that, they would shoot them all out, and you'd be screwed. With Valkyrie, you can hide the cameras. You can place them in areas where they normally weren't, and that's just so cool. It allows you some really good options to get intel for your team, and those options never existed before. And honestly, I've never had one of my Valkyrie cameras be destroyed just because I placed them in the areas where people aren't used to looking, like the far end of stairwells, something like that. And it just works so well. And I just gotta say, I love her as a character. She has nice weapons, and all in all, she's my favorite. Blackbeard is also really cool. He has cool weapons, definitely cool design, but he is a bit too strong. He is the ultimate peeker. There is no one better in this game for pieing a corner than Blackbeard, and that's because of his translucent shield that he mounts on the front of his gun, which covers his head and his shoulders. Yeah, it covers his head, guys, and I'm not okay with that, because headshots are essentially a good player's bread and butter. That's how you get kills. You train to aim for headshots. That's how you win firefights, is getting the first headshot. And you can't headshot this character. Since many weapons in the game do relatively mediocre body damage, everyone just defaults to going for the one-shot headshot, and Blackbeard is immune to that from the front. So he is easily the strongest peeker in the game. Now, I'm not saying his gadget has no downsides, it's just they aren't strong, they aren't big enough to actually ever warrant not bringing him. Every offensive team should have a Blackbeard, or they don't know what they're doing, because if you pair him with a Sledge, a Thermite, or even a Buck, you can have an insanely strong breaching team that will be very hard for any enemy to put up a defense against. Look at this. I'm actually going up against a Tachanka right here, and I can peek in relative safety. I know he didn't even fire at me, but I am just completely fearless with this shield, because I know that as long as my aim is true, and I do apologize for this terrible frame rate here. My shadow play is really fucking up, and that's why I haven't put many videos out recently. I don't know how to fix it. But, just because I know that I can peek through holes and be entirely safe, you have so much confidence playing this character. It's not, you can't counter him if you just know to aim lower, but it doesn't always click and it doesn't always register, so he's just really strong right now, and I think he needs some adjustment. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say for today's video. If you watched, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.